I feel like in some ways Zinc is kind of like a rebirth. It's like a grave site and a birthplace for me at the same time. I feel like I've been really just grateful to be able to do a lot of things in the past 10 years and like check things off of my bucket list. And but at the same time, I always felt like just unfulfilled sonically. Like there was just so many more songs that I wanted to write that I hadn't written yet, and so many more like sounds that I wanted to play around with that I didn't get a chance to yet. And then like 2 tours that I didn't get to do. And so in a way, I feel like I'm rewriting, not even rewriting, I just feel like I'm writing a story from scratch for myself. And I'm just excited to see where it goes. Like there's a song on that album called Atoms that for some reason when I perform it, it like sends me into like this different state of mind. So much so that after I finished writing it, which was like 2 years ago almost, I would just like sneak it into sets that I was playing, like just sneak it into shows, even though nobody knew what song that was. And just because the feeling of performing it was it's so like deep and like special to me for some reason. I don't know what it is, but that's a song that I feel like I could perform for the rest of my life. And I just feel really fulfilled and grateful to be able to be a part of the creation of something that I feel that way about, because I don't necessarily feel that way about every song that I have, even though they're all really special to me. That one I feel like just put itself together, and even if somebody else had written that song, I would hear that song and want to sing it forever as like a cover. Like I just love that song so much. I finally got the opportunity to announce a new tour, which it had been, I don't think I've been on the road really since 2020, technically. And over the past, like, probably more recently, but over the past 3 or 4 years, I've been seeing things from Infinity Song, things from Alicia Creddy, and I was so honored that that they were down to join me on this tour. And I'm announcing the tour in pieces, so I announced part 1, which is just the West Coast, and then hopefully I can announce some other dates pretty soon. But I just feel like they both bring a very unique flavor. Like I feel like for this album, I really want to surround myself with people who value just people being themselves, like fully, and not trying to like play to a specific audience that's like carefully crafted in a very commercialized way, or trying to like set the things that they really love aside in order to be a different version of themselves to appeal to who they think they need to appeal to. I'm really too old for that shit, and I'm just over that. So when I saw people like Infinity Song, like sibling band doing like soft rock their own way, or like Alicia Creddy, incredible voice, but has this like very dark, I almost want to name a couple bands, but I don't even want to do that to her because it's so unique, and it just feels like it exists in a time and space that's completely its own, and it's not concerned with what's hot right now or what's going to be hot. It's never that important. And so it's just really inspiring. And so I'm really honored to be able to look ahead and see a schedule where I'm constantly just surrounded by people that I'm genuinely inspired by, and that like feed me creatively and feed me as a human being and as a person, and keep me joyful, like I'm a little kid playing with Legos. Like that's all I want. I don't care about anything else. Literally, don't care about anything else. So I'm so excited to be on tour with them. I think R&B is such an interesting label because, you know, I think R&B is it's such a broad category, in my opinion. Like it means so many different things, and at this point, at this juncture, especially post like the big alternative R&B movement and experimental R&B and electronic R&B and all these different subgroups of R&B, I respect however anybody else wants to interpret it. To me, I think that sometimes the way that in the past a black music category from like the 60s, where it was very clearly like segregated in that way, slowly evolving to like an R&B / hip hop category. I just feel like it doesn't necessarily take in the full range and the scope of like what R&B itself can mean and has meant, and all of the different subgroups of it now and even in the past with like neo soul, and I mean it's such a broad category. So I don't know, I don't even know how to define R&B, and I definitely put out a lot of music that is R&B and has a lot of elements of R&B, and I don't know what the future of that label is, but I just know that there's so many different artists doing so many different really cool things underneath that R&B category, and I'm excited to see it continue to grow and expand. Hey, it's Gallant, and I'm here with Vibe V Sessions, and we're having a great time, having a nice chat, and hope you're doing well. Is that not the most awkward intro that you guys have ever had in your life? Yeah.